Hello everybody, I'm hoping I have got everything set up properly. When I went to do it earlier, I looked and panicked and went, my audio isn't working, and then my husband looked at it and he went, yeah, you've plugged the mic bit into the wrong place. I'd got myself set up as if I was recording a video, not live streaming, because you know it's been a couple of weeks. Apparently I've completely forgotten how to start a live stream off, so here we are. Can only go up from here. So, oh gosh, so bear with me, I'm just trying to get, there we go. Should have fetched this out earlier but forgot. So I'm going to be working on a page out of Lulu's House of Wonder. So you can just see the bottom of my new stand here that I had for Christmas. Sussed out now how to get it working, so quite happy with it now. And once the book's open you can't see it, so that works out quite well. Hi Nikki Jane, nice to have you here tonight. So just saying, I've picked out a colour palette from this book, and I don't know whether I'll completely stick to it, but I've picked this one mainly because when I looked at this page, for some reason the only thing that I kind of knew what I wanted kind of colour wise was a purple armchair with yellow flowers. I don't really know why that popped into my head, but there we go. So I had a look at, kind of looked through to find a palette that had got purple and yellow, but also green because there's some leaves, kind of a few other colours. I found this one that's got quite a nice variety. So I thought I'll try and pick out, do it on this scrap bit of paper. In fact, let me move the book out of the way for now. Gosh, find somewhere to put it so it's safe. Here we go. So I'll try and find some colours that match to that. Oh, my phone's angled a bit. There we go, I think that's a bit better. Yes, yeah, not had too bad of a day. Actually, saying as it was the first day back today after Christmas and the children were in. It wasn't an inset day, so it was kind of full steam ahead. Poor children, I think a lot of them were a bit tired and confused today, like getting back into the routine of things. But no, I had quite a nice day actually, all in all today. It wasn't too bad, other than it being ridiculously cold here at the minute. So I'd got up in the morning thinking, oh gosh, I hope I can get to work okay. But roads weren't too bad actually, considering how cold it's been. Hi Kate, hi Vera. Hope everybody else has had a good day. What's the weather like where everybody else is? I think it's meant to be -5 here tonight. So I've got all my furry babies that are outside. They're all covered up, got heat pads, loads and loads of blankets over their hutches. So it says a mint green for that one. Might go. I think it's quite pretty. Might go for this glass green. So I'm hoping once I've got all the colours picked out, when I can find it, that should mean, I don't think that's quite the right shade actually. No, let's go for pale green actually. Hoping once I've picked the colours out, then it'll make the page a little bit easier, because it is quite a detailed page. Goodness me, I'm looking at this and I just can't see the colour. There it is. Pale green. Found it. Thought it was hiding from me. Oh gosh, yeah, we only had like a sprinkling of snow here. We basically didn't have any really. Oh, that's a shame that you've not been able to get to visit your mum because of the weather. It's meant to stay cold for a few days as well, isn't it? So hopefully the weather improves and you can get to your mum soon. Yellow. Oh, put one over there. That's summer lemon, I think. Yeah, some places have had loads of snow. Oh gosh. Oh no, he fell down. Oh, that's a shame, Vera. I hope you're okay. There's nothing worse than it, like when you fall over and it hurts, doesn't it? Because you just land with such a smash if you've lost your footing when it's icy and slippery. Right. And that yellow kind of goes with that, because it is kind of like a greenish yellow, isn't it, on that colour palette? Yeah, I think spring will be welcome. Although it's weird here because it's been relatively mild, to be honest, for a while in the UK, and this is the first kind of proper bit of cold we've had, so then it's come as a bit of a shock, to be honest. Ooh. Ooh, hope that bruise doesn't hurt very. Lucky you were wearing a backpack then to cushion your fall a little bit. Right, we looking like it's a bright violet. I'm going for that pastel violet for that one. I mean, I never worry about sticking, you know, too closely to these. They're just a good starting point, these colour palettes. Orange next. If I'd have had a bit more time, I would have got these sorted before the stream, but I don't know if I've got an orange that's I'll go for that orange. I think it might be a bit too Oh, I might go for that quince one. Let's have a try. Actually, let's try this one. Oh, that's quite dark, isn't it? Maybe not that one. There we are. Literally just had this one in my hand and made the mistake of putting it down. Oh yeah, I'll go for that one. I think that one's a better. Let me just cross out that one. Here we are. You see my random process of trying to match up to a colour palette. Oh, hi Amanda. Oh, well done. I've made a good way actually on mine. Did you want a sneak peek? I know not everybody likes having a look, but if you'd like a sneak peek, Nikki, then I can certainly show you. It's just on the shelf behind. I've got a good chunk done. Well, yeah, I can't quite work out whether I'll do a background or not once I have. I've not actually quite finished the peacock itself yet, but I don't know whether it'll need a background in the end, because there's kind of a big space around it, isn't there? But then also kind of not. Like it does take a good chunk of the page up, doesn't it? It's not a super bright pink, that one. I'll go for that dark orchid. RV200. Here we are. If I always coloured at my desk with alcohol markers, I'd get one of those fancy, you know, shelf units to put them on. But a lot of the time, I take them downstairs, so I like keeping them in the bag they come in. There we are. That's quite a nice. It's not too bad of a match, I don't think. Right, a light pink. More on this one, but not too bright, so I'll go for that thistle one. RV160. This must be riveting listening to me going as I'm staring vacantly at my bag of markers, not being able to see the colour I'm actually looking for. I know they're definitely all in here because I haven't got them out for anything else at the minute. I put it in the wrong section. No. Goodness me, I might have to come back and have a look for this thistle one in a minute. If I start looking for another colour, maybe it'll just jump out at me. Oh, no, there we are. I'd put it in the blue bit, that's why I couldn't see it. Goodness me. Oh, alright, I'll get it out in a sec then, Nikki. I'll just write this one down. Right, we're getting there. I've picked up to there so far, so I've got, what, 3 more to pick, and we can actually start colouring. But yeah, I've actually started a page now in this one. And yeah, got a good chunk done actually. Not too sure. I think I might use the dark blues, I think, on the head part. I don't know what colour to do the beak. And then I'm going to colour like the body bit in, I don't know, a grey maybe, I'm not sure. And yeah, I don't know whether to do a background or not. But I won't decide. I normally do my background last anyway, so I'll finish the rest of the peacock off. But I'm quite pleased with it. I've been using the Harmonious pencils for a bit of a change. Initially, I was going to do it super bright, and then I thought, oh, actually, let's try and go for a classy looking peacock. So I've gone for a little bit different than I normally do. But it was nice to get my Harmonious pencils out as well, because I've not used them for a little bit. Right, so I need this slightly brighter purple. Hi everybody. Right. Ooh, maybe that lavender, although I don't know whether that'll be too dark compared to all the rest of the colours. No, maybe I'll try that one. I'll try that lavender. We'll put it on this bit of paper. I can see if it looks too dark compared to the rest. Oh yeah, no, I don't like that. That looks far too dark compared to all the rest, doesn't it? So I'll look at my other purple options. Try that. Try the lobelia. See if that looks like it goes a bit better, because that's far too dark. I don't like that one. It's better, but still not quite feeling it. Let's try amethyst. It's funny, isn't it? Like, I've got these swatches done and I don't leave them out in the sun or anything, but I suppose it depends on what paper you're swatching them on, I guess. That changes the colour a little bit. Here we go, amethyst. Let's try that. Hello, everybody else trying it. Oh gosh, that's still darker than I thought as well. Goodness me. I like lavender. I thought I'd nearly finished picking colours and I just keep finding ones I don't. Ah, that's the one. It's not quite the same as on that. I just think all those others just seem a bit dark compared to everything else we've got going on. So let's do this. RV250. Right, lavender. Right, one. Oh no, two more. Goodness me, I thought I was nearly done. Two blues to pick now. Move those swatches out of the way. Right, almost there. We can actually do something remotely resembling colouring then. Right, I might use that robin's egg blue for the light blue, and then this kind of I'll try lavender mist. Yeah, there it is. Right, let's try these two. Right. Oh yeah, that's not a bad blue. Right, we'll go for that for this blue. So when I do take the time to write, kind of work out what colours are going to go to a swatch. Colour palette, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, we'll go with that blue. I do like to try and write them down on a bit of paper, just so I've got them. I've got a whole stack of them now. I do need to get around to like sticking them into a book or my colouring planner in the back or something, just so that they're all safe. But I just need to get the time to do it. So we'll go with that being our colours. So we'll just check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, just checking I've not accidentally put one away while I've been sorting out. Oh, bless you, Vera. Sounds like you've had a bit of a day though, haven't you, with having your fall. So I hope you have a good night's sleep and that the weather improves a bit where you are. Take care, Vera. Oh, nice to see you, Ambi. Nice to see everybody. So I have a proper chat now. I feel like I'm not just staring at swatch charts. So has everybody had a good Christmas? If you celebrate, good New Year? Been up to much this kind of last couple of weeks? go. Right, so because I knew I wanted this chair purple and yellow, I'll go for colouring them first. And I think I'm gonna, it might look a bit clashy, but I'm gonna go with that purple, I think, for the chair, with that yellow for the flowers. Might kind of clash a little bit, but I don't know, that's kind of what I've pictured in my head when I looked at it. So yes, it might clash a bit, but I don't know, just what I pictured in my head there. Oh, at least we can keep you company, Kimberlyn. Hope everything's all right. Yeah, as you can see, I've been through the whole book and I've coloured kind of the skin and the hair on every single page, which didn't take too long, because obviously there is some pages that haven't got that character on, but yeah, I've not done. That's the only reason that bit was already done. So let's go for, there's a blanket as well on. Is that part of the, yeah, that looks like a blanket, but kind of with the same colours. Not the same colours, the same pattern. So I don't know which colours I'll use on that blanket. Maybe I could use the pastel. Maybe use them on the blanket, I guess. But let's colour the chair first. Ah, thank you. Picked the colours based off a colour palette out of this little book here, which I'd very much recommend to people if you like don't want to fork out for the colour cubes, because I always think they look absolutely gorgeous, but I mean, I know why they're so expensive. Obviously an awful lot of work's gone into them and they look really well made, don't get me wrong, but this is a fraction of the price and it's got so many lovely colour palettes in, and I think each one has 9 colours, but then it does give you ideas on how you could use just a few of the colours as well, so it does give you a lot of options. It takes a little bit of flicking through, but there is a nice little index at the back as well. So right, let's start on the chair. The bit is with having the different sections on the chair, although it is a big bit to colour, at least it's split into little sections, which makes it a little bit easier to do with markers and it not drying out and giving you too many streaks. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them on a lot of people's channels and I always think they just look gorgeous. Partly, I don't know where I would keep them on my desk. I've not really got the space, but I can't justify the price of them. And I don't think I'd use them all that much either. Like, I've used that little book more than I thought, but I still don't use it for, you know, for every page. I am still kind of oh, let's wing it and, you know, hope for the best when I'm colouring a page. Sometimes I'll pick a colour palette, but I certainly don't do it every time. I tend to pick a palette if it's really like busy detailed page like this one, because if not I kind of struggle with, you know, not using too many colours and it can end up looking a bit chaotic, can't it? And sometimes that's a good thing, but yeah, I've used that little book more than I thought, and it's not too expensive. Oh, weird. Now, I'm guessing everybody else can see what I'm colouring okay. Oh. Can everybody see, or has everybody else got a black screen? Because obviously I can only see my point of view, and obviously it looks okay my end. weird. Only thing I can suggest is if you've got a black screen, whether you'd leave the stream and then rejoin it. Ah, cool, that's it. That was the only thing I was going to suggest. I didn't know if it would fix it or not, but I suppose it's the equivalent of turning things off and turning it back on again, isn't it? Maybe the internet was just struggling a bit, perhaps. Yeah, it was a bit awkward because I've only got my end, and I don't think we'll get this page finished this week because there is a lot. I do kind of classes this as like a kit and cozy kind of page. Obviously it is a bit bigger and a bit more detailed than, well, we'll see. I'll finish it on stream anyway, even if it's not this week. We can always carry on with it next week. Hello, Jess. Oh, exciting new video. I've got so many videos to catch up on. So many all downloaded, ready to get watched. And now I'm back at work. I'll get a few more watched in an evening while I'm working. It won't be completed page videos, but kind of the colour and chat and stuff kind of ones. I can listen to them while I'm working, doing my planning and other bits and bobs. Yes, so as everybody thinks, the lighting seemed better than last time I live streamed. I've got a different stand now and it has got a little built-in light, which I'm just checking. Yeah, I do remember to turn on. It's a lot more compact, this new stand, which is nice. It takes up a lot less space in my room. It's a slightly bigger section here, isn't it? Probably do the characters kind of weird and wonderful colours, I think, if I do stick to this palette. Unless, I mean, I might change my mind and bring another colour or two in, but I might bring a brown in for the chair legs possibly. Well, we'll see. Oh, that's a pretty page, that snow globe one in this book, isn't it? Some really cute ones in this book, but yeah, I think I've seen a few people do the snow globe one and it looks so pretty. Well, yeah, everybody have a good Christmas. Everybody do anything exciting for New Year's, or do you not really do much? We actually stayed up, if only because we were watching a film, and the film, you know, we started it kind of late on in the evening, so that was kind of the only reason why we stayed up past midnight. Oh, hi Tara. Right, let's do the flowers on the chair. I might do the leaves because obviously I've only got one green, so I'll do all the leaves the same colour because there's not that amount of, really that huge amount of leaves, is there? Yeah, it feels nice to be streaming again. It feels like ages. I suppose it has been a while since I've done a stream. It's been a nice couple of weeks at home with family. We had a few days out. I went and did some escape rooms, and we're having to travel further and further afield for, because we've done that many now where we've got none left that are close to us. And then I had a few days at home and playing a bit of Minecraft all together, me, my husband and daughter. It's quite funny. They'll kind of start doing quite big projects on Minecraft, and I'm just pottering around planting some flowers, and got myself a donkey that I call Wilbur. That's kind of me on Minecraft. I just like pottering around, going, oh look, there's a cow. Like a big kid, really. Right, let's get all the leaves done. Well, I say get all the leaves done, I'll probably think I've done all the leaves, and then I'll end up spotting a load after, but I'll keep all these markers out. And then I've got them until I've completely finished the page. Do these ones. Oh, it is. This book is so cute. I love all of Lulu Mayo's books, but I think especially this one, I think just with it being single-sided, it's nice having the option to use markers. So I think it just goes so well with her style. But with their other books, obviously they're double-sided, aren't they? So, and in some books I will sacrifice the page at the back, but only if I don't like the page on the reverse, and I do like all of her pictures, so I don't like to use my markers in her little books. Let's have a look. Bit stuck on what to colour next now. I've got these bricks, haven't I? Which I don't know which. I suppose orange could work. Might be an interesting colour for bricks, but unless I do bring a brown in. Maybe I do bring a brown in. And then I could use it for some of the bricks. And some of the fur, maybe. Let's have a look. I feel like... No, I'll tell you what, I won't worry about the bits that I think I might have brown. I'll leave them for now, and I'll try and stick with other bits and pieces before I get sidetracked with choosing more colours. I'll try and stick with what I've got, and then go for this nice pink here. Just thought, I don't think I've finished my cup of tea yet. I'll have that in a second before it's stone cold. Again, I've been back at work and not drank very much today. Do this little strawberry hat, that same pink as well, I think. There we go. Oh, sorry, just forgotten. I've got so engrossed in colouring the page, I'm forgetting to check the. I do have goodness me, a wish list, Nikki. Can't get my words out tonight. I still haven't quite worked out how to share it publicly though, without people knowing like my name's and address. I do need to check that, because I perhaps should pop it on. I know sometimes people use a wish list to put on not things that they necessarily want, but the things that they find useful, so other people can see, like the wax. Not that I don't use them in. I got one in this book. I don't think I've put a wax paper sheet in. No, I've not with this, but quite often I use like the pretty wax pages. Let me get one, it'll be easier to show. So now I use these a lot. So I do wonder sometimes putting things like that on a wish list for, you know, people to see what it is, whether that would be easier than adding links into descriptions, but yeah. To be honest, I've only ever really used my wish list to give my husband a not so subtle nudge in the right direction on what I'd like for kind of birthdays and Christmases. He kind of knows he can just look on Amazon and go, just buy whatever's on there. Which, bless him, is what he did at Christmas. So he went a little bit overboard, bless him, at Christmas. So the weekend, my haul video should be out. I say my Christmas gift video, really. Yeah, I've got a lot of books, a lot of new books, which is lovely. Just need to work out how to get more hours in the day. If anybody's got Bernard's watch, I think we all could use one. We said that the other day. My husband were like, oh, we need Bernard's watch. And then, of course, daughter has no idea what we're on about. Well before her time. She was like, what on earth are you on about? So we found it on YouTube and played like about 2 minutes of, I think it was the very first episode actually we managed to find. And we were like, yeah, that was a rubbish show, really. Like, obviously at the time it was good, but now looking back, yeah, it was rubbish, really. She was just sat there watching it like, oh my gosh, this is what TV was like in the olden days. We were like, yeah, thanks, mate. That's one way of making us feel really old. Kids got away with words, haven't they? Right. Got all these little hearts as well in this same pink, I think. Maybe need to look into it then, Nikki, but I certainly don't want people I kind of feel like if I put my wish list on stuff, then people might think that I'm like asking for them to buy me things, and I don't want people thinking that, oh, there's a turnip there. I suppose this is kind of a turnipy colour, isn't there? At least I think it's a turnip. Doesn't look like an apple. So the wrong kind of leaves, hasn't it? That's definitely a carrot. So let's get an orange out. Now, I'd say, shall we talk Stranger Things? But I don't know whether everybody will have watched it or not. So I won't give any spoilers. But we have watched it, and I enjoyed it. I think they finished it off, but kind of left it. I don't know, there's a lot of things that you could be overthinking, and husband keeps watching all these different YouTubes and TikToks that are looking into all different, they're thinking this could be that and that could be that, and I'm like, I also think like they could just be massively overthinking things here. I was just glad I didn't feel like when we watched the finale to Game of Thrones, we got to the end of that and I went, well, that was rubbish. I wish I'd not watched the last episode. You know, having been very invested in it as a show, you know, been going for so long. I still stand by the fact if you watch Game of Thrones, just don't watch the last episode and you'll probably quite enjoy it. Watch the last one for Stranger Things, and my review was, I'm glad I watched it. I didn't feel like, oh God, I wish I'd not watched it. So, but I didn't think, I don't know. I kind of feel like whatever ending they went for, people wouldn't necessarily have been happy. And, you know, when they'd be reading into it too much, or, you know, like, they're never going to make everybody happy. But yes, I would agree with Safe. We kind of did go with the, oh, okay, there was no, like, again, I'm trying not to give away too much in case people haven't watched it, but there was no massive surprises, was there? Which we thought there was going to be based off every other season. It's not as if you'd go, oh, you know, oh, they've got a history of, you know, playing it safe. I was sat there like, didn't quite have a pack of tissues ready, but I'd been half expecting to be, you know, a bit upset, and got to the end and was like, oh, okay, that's a, you know, all right ending. Interested to see if the been on about a few different spin-offs, haven't they? Interested to see if any of those pan out. They might go for a little violet coloured cat. They're like the back cat. That's bat wings, isn't it, on that cat? Oh, nice. You could join for a bit though, Tara. Take care. So I might do the wings and the head this colour, and then there's a little nose, and then I've got a thistle. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, I can see why they did it. It kind of, you know, it dragged it out a bit, I guess, didn't it? I mean, you didn't just binge watch it all and got you talking about it for longer, having the gap. But yeah, also, yeah, with having that gap. When it had like the flashback bits that were obviously from like season 1, it was like, oh my gosh, like I knew they were young then, but I'd forgotten just how little and how young they were back in season 1. So you watched the kind of, you know, the memory bits, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's what they look like in season 1. Right. This other, but I need to pick a clothes colour on this blanket. I think I might do orange spots because that'll tie in a bit with her little pumpkin bit on her hat. I'll do little orange bits here as well, I think. So yeah, I'll try and finish this character off, I think, and then try and carry on working on the other bits. It was nice having something to look forward to watch over the Christmas break, because there wasn't a lot on the TV this year. There was one night hubby went, oh, shall we watch some of the Christmas specials? And he, you know, and he went like on the Sky catch-up thing to look at what Christmas specials there were. And I was like, there's not any, at least not really in any show we'd watch. I think we watched the Mrs. Brown's Boys special, even though we were like, they could have not made another one of those. And there's literally nothing else. I think we watched the Taskmaster one as well, the Champion of Champions ones, but I think that was it. There wasn't anything else that we were like bothered about. I think it was the Wallace and Gromit new one last year, wasn't there? I can't think what else we watched last year, but I remember this year thinking like, it's like the BBC and that have gone, right, Netflix have got Stranger Things out, let's just not bother this year about doing Christmas specials. Right, what a colour with that orange. Can't be them. I might use that violet on the blanket. I might use that bright blue on her dress, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's saying something, isn't it? Because, I mean, I know a lot of people do watch the King's Speech, but also there's an awful lot of people who don't. I mean, I must admit, we never watch it. I feel like the sleeves, they're a different pattern than the main bit of a dress, but I'm just going to colour them it all blue. She can't see very much of her clothes anyway, so I think it'll look a bit weird if I do the sleeves different than the main bit. I mean, there's not a lot showing. That looks quite cute. And is that the right blue? Oh no, it's not. I picked up the wrong blue. You know what? I quite like how it came out though. I'll use the other blue on the collar and the socks then. Happy accident. And I've got a few markers on the desk and I still picked up not quite the one I wanted, but there we go. So yeah, we had a nice quiet Christmas, which I think was just what we all needed. Daughter's, she's not back at school until tomorrow. She had an inset day today, so she was quite smug this morning when I left for work. It's kind of cute. I mean, I may do a bit of pencil shading on this when it's all finished, but possibly not. We'll see how it looks when it's all done. Which, like I said, I don't think it'll be tonight. Took me a while picking the colours, didn't it? I'll probably do those stars with a gold gel pen, and then I'll bring that gold in. I don't know where else, to be honest. I suppose I could do it on like the cup and the globe, and probably that lantern as well could maybe be gold. I suppose that picture frame, although that'd probably be a bit too much gold then. Still don't know what colour to do the little characters, so I might work on their clothes, I think. Let's just have a bit of my drink. I've got my hot Ribena on the go again. It's the Winter Spice one. I've stockpiled up on lots of bottles of it to hopefully last me through till next winter when it's on sale again. Although I think you can still get it in some shops at the minute. Make sure the colour's kind of spaced around, so I might do a bit more of that purple, because there's a big chunk there, but I could do with some of that purple being elsewhere as well, I guess. There's a bit of purple there, isn't there? Well, it's a different purple, but I'll do a bit of purple on this jug. Saw my sister and my nephews on Christmas Eve. We weren't sure if they were going to be away or not, but they weren't away Christmas Eve, so I saw them and my mum and dad as well. And oh my gosh, my nephews have shot up. I've not seen them for a while, and they're huge now. I mean, the eldest still is in his 20s, and the other one's 19 now. Yeah, they're huge. I was just like, I can't stand close to you because you're too tall now. And you, as my daughter keeps pointing out to me, she's like, I'm taller than you. Right. So I've some purple there. Let me do a little bit down here. I'll do the jumper in purple. No, that's the arm of that one, not a bit of the jumper. Is anybody else colouring at the minute? Is anybody working on a couple of pages on the go at the minute? I actually got a lot of different pencils. Like quite often a lot of the pages I've got on the go are different ones with markers, but I've actually been doing a few pages with pencils at the moment, which has been nice for a change. I might do that blanket in the same colours as her clothes, so it's a bit like she's coordinated it with her outfit. Oh, cute. That's one of the ones I had for, at least I think that's one of the ones I had for Christmas. That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah, I had that one for Christmas as well. So cute. Oh, bless you, Jess. I quite enjoyed doing that when I was doing it, you know, like all my Lulu Mayo books and, you know, all my Johanna Basford ones. I did wonder about just doing it for like my entire collection, but yeah, big undertaking, I guess, isn't it? I suppose that's one way of making sure that you get quite a few pages done in a few of your books, though, I guess. Dark blue. This blanket. Do you think I might add some colours in for the characters, but we'll see. Really quiet. There we go. Don't want to end with any massive streaks on that bit. Oh, I suppose that's an interesting way of doing it, Jess. Yeah, I guess each shelf. Do you wonder I might try and carry on with that myself in a few months? But I think I've done all of my artists. I've got a lot of pages done. So I kind of thought, oh, I'll wait till later on this year and do a few others. Can't think who I didn't do. I don't think I've done Maria troll actually. I don't know how many of her pages I've actually coloured. I've got a few of her books now, but it doesn't actually mean I've coloured all that much in them. Right, I'll have a bit more of my drink while I have a think on what I'm going to do. I'm wondering whether I do. There's kind of the fireplace and the bricks, isn't there? You don't want a really dark colour. I don't think blue would look right for them. I kind of wonder whether doing them in the thistle colour. And I might just have to go over that little chap in a different colour. I think that might look pretty though. That's kind of the lightest colour. I mean, I suppose that's quite light, but I think that'll be a bit too bright. Unless I do a blue fireplace here, and then the brick bit could be the thistle colour. Shall we go a bit bright and garish? It's either that or I colour them grey or brown or something, but I don't know. Shall I stick with the colour palette? So then I can go for, yeah, maybe pink bricks and like the baby blue for like this part of the fireplace. Don't fancy him being yellow. I think that might look a bit, I don't know about having that much yellow on the page. Shall I just go for it? I might do. Right. Let's just go for it before I colour in too many of the characters, else the colours I use for these bits might not work for the characters then. Right, let's go for it. I'll do some of it blue. If I don't like it, I can always go over it with acrylic markers, I guess, can't I? I mean, a good chunk of the page is done then if I get the fireplace done, so it'll be a bit easier to work out what to do on the remaining bits, I guess. Oh, bless her. Daughter had, well, she'd kind of forgotten and sort of hadn't. Obviously we'd done a buddy colour together, so at the start of my video, obviously I'd shared a page, and which she knew I was doing, because I said to her, like, oh, you know, do you want me to show your page? You know, I don't mind if you don't want me to. She's like, oh no, that would be cool. So, you know, she written a book out for me and she recorded it, but then of course she completely forgot. So I said to her earlier, I went, oh, you've had some comments on the video saying, you know, you've done a good job on your page you coloured. And she was like, has there been? No blast. And then she was looking through the comments on the video to see what people had put, which was cute. She'd forgotten when it was going up on YouTube. I had her saying to husband earlier while he was helping her dry her hair, she was like, I'm famous now, which was cute. A lot of the times at the minute she just kind of grunts at us or is a bit sassy, you know. She's coming up on 12 and a half now, so you know, hormonal. She can be lovely and sweet, and then yeah, which I sympathise with. I know I was the same at her age. Yeah, earlier she'd been grunting at me, and then when I'd said that and I heard her going, oh, I'm famous now, I was like, oh bless, she's still my little baby really. Just can't say that to her. She'd be like, no, I'm not. Here we go. Alright. I don't know what colour to do the... I just do it, oh, I tell you what, I might just colour it all in the thistle, and then I might do pencil shading on the bricks, I think. Looking very bright this page, but I suppose on a dull January, and it's grey and it's gold. Though to be fair, it's not been too grey today. It's certainly been cold, and I've just realised I've picked up not the light coloured one. Oh, goodness me, I've picked up the wrong marker. Let's get my colourless blender out. Let's lighten this bit up. Goodness me. Got 9 markers on my desk, and I've still managed to pick up the wrong one. Right, I'll do that and lighten it. At least I'd only done a little bit before I noticed it was the wrong colour. Goodness me. Right, I'll start colouring a different patch in now, I suppose. Right. I tell you what, I'll do down here first before I carry on up there. Yes, that's part of this bit. Like how it looks like that stool's got wooden legs and it's like literally right next to the fire. I hope these little creatures are safe. Hopefully there's a fire extinguisher just out of view, because I don't think they thought that bit through there, have they, having that stool right next to the fire. There we go. It's going to be a very bright, crazy kind of page, but you can get away with it with this style of illustration, can't you? It's not like it's got to be realistic. I did slightly bright colours last time. I coloured a page in here as well. Here we go. Right, go back up to this. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's obviously just me overthinking it there, but it just made me chuckle. That was literally sat next to the fire. That's okay. But for some reason, yeah, the stool made me think, oh, that doesn't look very safe. And then that one's just balanced on like the world's smallest little beam. It's not one of those builders that you saw building like the skyscrapers, you know, sat on like the things really high up having their lunch. Obviously very brave, these little creatures. Yeah, we stayed up. What film was it we watched on New Year's Eve? 28 years later. It's all right. I think the main reason we managed to stay up was we were just sat there going like, what are you doing that for? Why would you do that? Like, I mean, I know they do that for these films so that, you know, there's a degree of peril, and well, you know, when you just sat there thinking like, you just wouldn't. If you're living in that kind of a world when there's all these like, you know, crazy zombies out trying to kill you, you'd be a bit more careful, surely. Yeah, that was the main reason why we managed to stay awake, was just there going like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It was all right though. Right, I'm gonna have to colour that little chap a slightly different colour now though, I think. This one. Body, and I think this was the same colour that was on there. No, I don't think it's the same colour as their wings. Let's deepen them up a little bit now, so they don't blend into the wall. That's better. Blended in a little bit there. Trying to think if we've watched anything else decent over this break. What we have watched. Well, we did watch a few films, but apparently nothing that memorable, being as I can't remember what on earth we've watched. We have started watching the new Fallout series. There's only been 3 episodes so far. Quite enjoying that. And then we've got to wait till, I think it's Thursday now for the next episode. So I don't know what we're going to watch the next couple of nights. We've got lots of series that we keep going, oh yeah, we'll watch that. Yeah, we'll watch that. And we just don't get around to it. So yes. No, we haven't watched that one yet. Yeah, that came out. That was just before Christmas, wasn't it? And yeah, we thought, oh yeah, we'll watch that in the break. And then no, we haven't actually watched that one yet. That is on our list to watch. Hopefully, I mean, we were hoping it was going to be good. I think it's the 3rd one, isn't it? You know, when you're like, can they keep making good films and the same kind of, you know, sometimes they don't always quite hit the mark. So no, we've not watched it yet, but we will do. Probably won't be till the weekend though. Don't tend to watch films in the week. Right, let's pick a cute colour for that little kitty. I might stick with all the characters being these colours, I think. We'll just go with it. Try not break, you know, I've done the fireplace slightly bonkers colours, so let's go for the characters being slightly bonkers colours as well. I might do an orange cat though, because I do quite like orange cats. I can't think what on earth else we've watched. Oh, we have been watching it's on YouTube. Our husband had started watching it, and then he was like, oh, this is the next episode out of this like little series I've been watching, if you want to watch it. So me and daughter were like, what is it? Anyway, long story short, he's ended up having to re-watch it from the beginning, because we were like, oh, it sounds interesting. It's this couple that, I mean, I've never watched any of their travel videos, but looks like they did go kind of travelling around the world, and now they're doing up a house in, I think it was Idaho. And the chap who sold them the house said he was like selling it, you know, as it is with everything. And when he said that, like literally, that's what he's done. Even like the fridge, the freezer, just everything was still there. And there's like loads of abandoned cars outside, and it's just fascinating watching them like start to get the house cleared out and starting to get stuff fixed up, and it's like weirdly fascinating. And they seem such a nice couple as well. But I think what their channel's called. I think it's Expedition Rove, something like that. We've found it quite interesting anyway. It was funny though, because daughter, I don't know what she thought was going to happen. It's not horror at all. It's just a couple clearing a house out and then starting to get it fixed up. But then when they're like rummaging through cupboards and going, oh my God, I can't believe what's in here. And like, it's a pair of skis or, you know, whatever, something random. And daughter just kept hiding. I don't know what she thought was going to jump, like if something was going to jump out or something. We're like, it's not scary. It was quite sweet though. I think it's because they kept talking about mice, so I think she kept thinking that there was going to be mice jumping out or something, and we're like, the mice will just hear them and all run off. Right. So a little tie. Oh, with a white gel pen on their eyes, the marker's bled over a bit, but yeah, might use gold gel pen, the frame and that, I think, and there. Got a little ghost in though. And I'll colour the ghost in. How shall I do the little ghosty? I don't want it in too dark of a. Do it in that blue, I think. Do a little bit more tonight. There we go. Yeah, I'll do gel pen, I think, there. Oh, might just bring us. Tell you what, let me have a look. Have I written down what? Oh, just thinking I'll do the ones that look like people in the same skin colour, but I can't remember how I wrote that down. Let's have a look. I'll write down what colour I did for the skin somewhere. Oh, I did. Marvellous. Right. Pastel Peach R18 for the skin. So yeah, I'll get their skin done. Their little rosy cheeks. Do that tonight. Let's get that bit matching. Right, where are the little people? There's one there. One there. The rest are all animals then, aren't they? All little ghosties. They lost my colours there. And little cheeks. There we go. And then same down here. Give them little rosy cheeks as well. Just a little bit. There we go. Right, yeah, I don't want their skin being coloured a weird or wonderful colour. I think that'd make them look a little bit ill, wouldn't it? Right, don't really want any more blue up there. Let's have a look. Use that pastel, pastel violet, I think, for their little outfit. And maybe we'll just do these characters on this little shelf and then call it a night then. Carry on with this next week. Probably be able to finish it, I would imagine, next week. It looks like they've got little, like a leaf pattern around the top of their dress, doesn't it? I guess they're dressed a bit like a strawberry, aren't they? That little hat and these leaves there. Right, and I'm going to do this weird little fuzzy monster thing yellow. So get a bit more yellow on this page. I don't use that very much yet. There we go. Right. Let's see, what other colours have we got? Do the book orange. And they want any more green. Might do. It kind of matches with the strawberry hat, but I do this one same colour. So what I might do next time is go over the little dots on the strawberry hat with like a little yellow or green gel pen. Just to like give the seed details on the hat. Just do this bit of this stuff. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there this week. So I think those bits, kind of the lantern and the frame, I'll probably do with gel pens, I think. So then next week we could finish off all the characters down here and then look at doing the gel pen bit. I might do that nice and sparkly as well. Bring a bit of sparkle in there. That's probably meant to be metal, isn't it? Has to have a bit of glitter on the page. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there this week. Don't know what colour to do that cat, because I would say I'd do it orange, but then there's orange on that blanket, so don't know. Might have to do a different coloured cat there. We'll see. We'll decide that together next week. So I'll keep all these markers to one side. So we've got them for next week for finishing off this page. Well, it's been lovely getting back to streaming again tonight. Hope you all have a lovely week, whatever you're up to over the coming week. Hope it all goes well. Hope the weather's not too bad wherever you are, and that if it is bad weather, that you take care and everything's all right. But yeah, thank you for joining me this week. Obviously keep a lookout on the channel. What's coming out this Wednesday? Wednesday's going to be my top 10 pages from last year, and then next Sunday will be my Christmas gift video. And obviously I've got flip annuary going on. That's husband's idea. He was like, you've got to do a lot of flip throughs anyway, why don't we do one every day? I was like, if you're sure, you're the one doing the editing. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. So we're going for it. So yeah, thank you for joining me, everybody. You have a good evening, good rest of the day wherever you are, good week, and take care, and I'll hopefully catch you next week when we'll carry on with this super cute page. So take care, everybody. Catch you next time.